Hello everybody, welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are already a subscriber. In today's video, we are going to be doing a real-time plan with me in my Hobonichi weeks. And I'm going to go ahead and say this from the get-go. This is not going to be what my Hobonichi weeks normally looks like. So typically, I have been using kind of the formula from Helen Wang with Coffee Monster Co., where she kind of does the day of the week. She has like her cardio, and then she'll have like any other workouts that she does. Then she's got highlights, she'll have a tracker, kind of like a notes section, and then she'll have like, I think she does like things that are on sale at the grocery store. I've been doing things like purchases or meals or switching it up. This spread isn't even finished. I'm still filling in some stuff from it. But I kind of fell off the last few weeks because I have been taking an art class, and I've also had a knee injury, so I really just haven't been super active. There's lots of blank things I'm still filling out. I'm not doing trackers or note sections, but I thought it would be really fun for me to use the Devil Wears Prada washi from James Burke Creative, which is the person hosting the class that the art class I'm currently taking. And I thought I would insert a little bit of creativity into a spread or two. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do more of a bullet journal style. So I'm just gonna go freeform. I'm not gonna have my lines or anything. And I also kind of wanna make it look a little collagey, a little Miranda Priestley, the book kind of thing. I wanted it to look more magazine-ish and kind of fun. And like I said, collagey. So we're just gonna give this fun hybrid thing a go. I've got all kinds of supplies pulled out that I went through. I'm now trying to look for a set of tweezers. And I went ahead and went through my magazines, and I found this Summer Vogue with Margot Robbie in it. And this is like part of my stash that I've taken from offices over time, not like offices I've worked in, sorry, not like when we were throwing out magazines at the end of a season, and I just kind of keep them. And I always want to be like that collage person and never have been, but the art class is kind of inspiring. And I went through and just like started kind of labeling stuff, and then I realized I was labeling kind of like everything. But like from this, I really would like to try to incorporate like this, I think is it a candle warmer? What the heck is it? Pitcher, a plate, and a bowl. It's a pitcher. Okay, that's the top of the pitcher. But I would like to try to insert that in here if I can in some way. Or maybe I can use that as inspiration. So we'll see. We'll see where that lands. But I just kind of started to label a few things, and then I even cut out like a few little pieces. Obviously, this is my Hobonichi week, so it's much, much, much smaller, and like something like that is gonna take up a good amount of space. So I don't really wanna have lots and lots of big pieces on every single page, and I don't know how far this is gonna go. So we're just gonna get going and see where we land. Like I said, I've got supplies from all over, and that's just what we're gonna do. So the first thing I do wanna do is put down this little label. I loved the summer must-haves because we are in the thick of it in the summer. Like, we are there, guys. It is hot. There is a lot of heat. A lot of heat happening. Which makes me literally not want to do anything. And then double fun is that I am at the part in my cycle where I extra don't want to do things, and I'm really not in the best mood. So I thought this would be just kind of fun in general, like something a little bit different. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put down, I really liked this. I might do it like this. I want to have a little bit of space. I might just kind of leave that kind of floaty for the moment, because see, like I couldn't put something like that there. It just wouldn't fit there. So what I do want to do is I want to get my Tombos out, and I want to pick a very like light gray kind of color. And I'm gonna do I'm trying to ignore that big bold line and just kind of freeform this a little bit. I want to go ahead and put a dot there, a dot here, a dot there. I want to stop with 4 dots, and I'll explain that in just a second. So the reason I want to do that is I kind of want to track whatever the habits are across that bar and then do them again for the next page. So I want to pick out some health and fitness style things. And obviously I can't fit all these there. I'm gonna need to pick. I think I'll save that for the next set. That for the next set too. I've really not had great habits at the first part of this week. So full disclosure, this is Wednesday, but typically I don't do a lot of work. We're gonna do reading. I'm gonna do, okay, let's do skincare, meals. How much space do I have? We'll put skincare on there. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do meds and vitamins for sure. Why don't I do like health in one place and then kind of like mental well-being in another type of thing? So let's do skincare, health and steps, because typically Monday and Tuesday are my rest days. I have had some issues with my knee after I did my half marathon run, and I'm not super happy about that. I'm gonna do the steps instead of the meals because I feel like the meals are not gonna make me feel really, really good about myself. Truthfully, I have not eaten very well this week. And I wanna like before, I need to find something to go over here. I will go ahead and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm gonna find something to stick here. And we'll pick out additional trackers if we can. Or it's applicable, I don't know. Lots and lots of stickers everywhere. I think these as well. I can go ahead and, where did my pencil board go? Okay, so as I was saying, I really just have not been on track for a few weeks now. And I feel like this is a clever way for me to try to get back on everything. So let's make some goals. So I'm gonna do a little circle, run 3 times. Track meals. Take measurements. Because I do want to set some goals around those measurements. I feel like those are some good like physical things to do, but I would like to do a bath and mask situation. Post VV content. That is definitely a mental health thing, just like getting caught up with putting out content. I think I just kind of want to leave that there a little bit for now. Now I want to I'm trying to use my supplies a good bit. So in that, I'm gonna put my keys away because that's probably anything in this situation. Originally I think I wanted to date stamp, so I really still quite like that idea. Maybe. So I also can't offhand recall what the last 2 days have been, unfortunately. My brain just forgot them. Okay, so that would have been the 14th and 15th. I do have some stickers. I'm trying to like clean up some of these type of things. Ooh, and not cause little avalanches all over my house. So maybe I'll do, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do 2025, June 14th. Just in case it wants to bleed. Do 14th and 15th. I'm going to do a rest day type of post. Because like I said, I don't really do anything those particular days. But I don't know that I even have anything I like the Just Breathe, but that to me is a little bit too much red. And it's like I can't even do like a meal replacement or something, you know? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, there has to be some rest stickers in here somewhere. We'll hold that there just in case. Cool. Okay, yeah, we'll just use one of these lovely stickers. Okay. But I'm gonna put that there and try to find something fun. And I found lots of like stickers that I feel like are very like, here's an example. Like this, I'm gonna definitely use like this like faux washi that's leopard print because I feel like that totally goes with the vibe. Like maybe even I could put that with the rest. And I do kind of want to journal a bit about just not feeling super great those days, but I do have like a packet. Here we go. These are the stickers that I really wanted to dive into. That I have lots of these kind of style. I like the fan. Oh my God, that's so funny. Definitely like the summer theme. I could do that maybe. Or the bird, maybe. I like that. Okay. I did like the fan though. I like this blue next to the red. Okay. I'm gonna keep those off to the side. Did it bleed through at all? No. Do a little bit of journaling, a little bit of whining. And then I also want to put kind of like a note to self. type of thing, because I also did a little bit of research and discovered I do like these banners, and they're very summery. I like the pink and the blue, and I feel like that would kind of tie it together, but do I like that one or do I like the summery one? I like this summery one. Maybe I'll keep that for like the next day that I'm gonna do. Okay, hold that thought. I also like this in, oh, that would be really fun to put somewhere. I need a note to self, because I actually remembered, well, not remembered, I finally stopped whining and looked up how many vacation days I have. And it's a lot. I have 9 vacation days. Oh, I could do the straight up like vacay. I have 9 days. I need to take. Just gonna put some exclamation parts and then do like that to kind of mirror that. I like how that looks. So I did count, and I can take vacation. Here's the dilemma, y'all. Vacations are expensive. And normally I would run away with my bestie to Orlando. It is our happy place. I have gone to Orlando for 10 years. If you are new to the channel, I've gone to Orlando for 10 Octobers. And I also just realized I put June and it was July. So we're struggle busing. I'll fix that in post. We fixed everything in post. I'll fix it here in a second. Because I'm not going to be able to write down my run details, but they will fit here and they'll finish out the page. This didn't take nearly as long as I thought. So we'll close that little guy up, and then I'll use some whiteout while I chat through the other part. So I have 9 vacation days I need to take, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of that border so I can use it to make that L and it look a little bit less augmented. But I have 9 days left, and normally a bulk of them would get used with going on vacation with my bestie, but things are really tight this year, and so we're both kind of not on board with doing it in October when we normally would. And then I don't think I did take them that day, full disclosure. So we're gonna take that out, and then I'm gonna have to look up my steps because I think I made it on Monday but not on Tuesday, and I think it's just a dot, not a full X off. I swear I'm gonna have one coherent thought before we're all done. But I am gonna go ahead and turn this because I'm almost done with this little segment. So we'll do a little bit of cleanup while I do a little bit of explanation. Sounds great to me. First things first, let me finish this thought. I have 9 vacation days left. 2 of them are actually rolled over from last year. And then on top of that, the trip that I would normally go on in October is not happening because I actually have 2 conflicting work trips. Finances are what they are. Life is expensive. I've had 2 I've had car issues that I didn't expect, and I've had health issues that I didn't expect this year. So things have been a little bit cuckoo with that. And then, on top of that, all that fun stuff, I kind of am over Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm not over the October side of it. Like, I love the time of year that we go. I love that there's spooky kooky things, but I've done that trip for 10 years now, and I just really felt like I wanted something different. So we had already been talking about something different. We knew that we wanted to go to Epic no matter what happened. And then there was the thought or idea of like merging it into Christmas things, because even though we've seen Universal and Disney at Halloween, we've never really done it at Christmas time, and we don't always go do the whole thing. I know I've talked about this in previous videos and trips, and if you want to go check out all of those, there's tons of videos about me planning and getting ready for them. But with Christmas, it would be new, and we would be able to like kind of mine that mountain for a little while. Like, we could, and especially with Epic now, like we could go and do like a day or two in Epic and then go see Universal stuff, and then maybe tack on like Epcot, and then maybe next year we do Magic Kingdom, and like we could kind of play off that for a little while. But like I said, things have just been a little bit tight as of late. So there's that. I do want to kind of keep a little pile of some of the things I've found and not disregard their awesomeness. But I do like the formula I've kind of got going, which is like a magazine piece. That's not the one I picked for this page, but a magazine piece, if you will. And then going into like a little journaling blurb, and then keeping my tracker up here, and then we'll see where we land at the end of the week. And obviously I can pop in measurements somewhere, pop in what mask or everything I do. I might even try to get that done today. So I'm not going to glue this down. I think this will be super handy come this weekend. I really love this leopard and want to use it somewhere. I like this clipping that says design your forever. I love the no, just no. And then the beauty is everywhere. I'm feeling it, messy hair, don't care. I just feel like some of those are helpful. So I want to just keep like a little pile. I might have to get like a little folder, and I might even go through my stickers and things and try to go ahead and pull out some other situations. Like, and I love these little hearts. I might try to like pop them in, because in some of these spreads I've done like highlights, and I don't really have a highlight for this week yet, honestly. And then going into the tracker, I've been doing AM skincare, but not PM very well. Monday, I didn't take my meds or my vitamins. Yesterday, I only took my meds because I need to take my vitamins with food. And I was so just burnt out that I didn't even eat dinner yesterday, which is not great. I've got to do my tracker here. So I can't definitely track that until I know for sure I actually did it, or else I have to white it out. Again, I'm pretty sure I hit it on Monday, but I did not on yesterday. Pretty sure I did not anyway. And then I want to do a run style sticker, but I don't want it to mimic that. I don't like the run it off, because that gives like the connotation that like it makes me feel icky to say that. I'm gonna use the black and white one. And then I'm gonna I like how this is turning out. It's so different, and I could definitely not keep up this freestyle style. See, it looks like it never happened now. And then I'm gonna put 30-minute. can do like all my details, like my distance and things like that. And you'll see that in the next clip. So I'm gonna cut us off here. So that covers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I will pop back on tomorrow and we can fill in a little bit more from there. So I hope you guys are enjoying so far. Oh, let me bump that up. All right, so we are gonna wrap up this video. So let's start with the left-hand side. It is actually Sunday evening. So I have gone ahead and put in any of my steps. So I do a dot if I've hit 10,000 and an X if I've hit 12, because that's currently my goal. I'm gonna go ahead and mark off my skincare. I have miserably failed my vitamins and meds for this week. I am going to go ahead and put an X because I'm going to do it after this video. And then that will hopefully remind me, I hope. And then let's go ahead and check off things. So I'm going to just bubble this in. I'm going to bubble that one in, and then I'm going to do like a half bubble for that and a bubble in for that. Okay, so I actually did pretty good. The one thing that I feel like I really didn't do super well with is the this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna multitask a bit because that needs to dry, but I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna sketch and then I'm gonna explain while I sketch. So I have been taking James Burke Creative's Virtual Voyage 10 because it's the final voyage, and I thought incorporating this into this side of the spread to play off of just like the red and blue on this side and tie in that I took my measurements this week would be super stinking cute. So that's what we're gonna do while I talk about my goals. So and I'm not gonna be overly precious about this, to be honest with you. Like I just kind of want it to be sketchy. I'm just gonna use this red blue pencil to sketch this in. So we're gonna start there. But I have really been, I just realized I cannot talk and do this at the same time. I ran 3 times this week that I did really well at. I do want to, I'm really glad I had this extra line, and I knew I did, so that I can notate that I actually had a good bit of, or my knee pain started up about the last 10 minutes of this run. So on Friday, I actually stretched before, but not after. I did this like knee workout thing where you do, what all did I do? You do kickbacks, so donkey kicks, fire hydrants, leg raises, lunges, like running lunges. I feel like that's it. I might be missing something, but the goal is to do 3 sets of 15. I did 1 set of 15 because my thought was that I would originally do it before and after, and that didn't happen. And then I was supposed to do that again today, and that didn't happen. So I am very happy that I ran 3 times this week. I am just still noticing that I can't even get to 30 minutes without the pain kicking in. Not bad or anything, but noticeable. So I still have a lot of work to do before I reattempt some long runs. So that's going to feed into what my goals for next week are going to be. Tracking meals, I did not do well with, and by the time I was like, you know what, maybe I can just retroactively pop them in, I really just didn't feel like it served any purpose to really rack my brain, so I'm just going to start fresh this next week. I did get some measurements, which I feel like are good, because once I put those in, I can start making some goals. You guys, it's too hot for a bath. It's like in the 90s every day. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was thinking about my knee and that might feel really good, but I don't know that was great. But I did do a mask when I got out of the shower today, and I have posted my virtual voyage content that is actually complete at this point. And I also, what the heck? I figured out why. See, I really can't do this at the same time. I figured out that I had my I had my profile set to private, and I think that's why, for whatever reason, my content wasn't showing up in the thing. So it was super weird. I don't understand. And I'm talking about the fact that I probably should have tilted this the other direction, but that's okay. She is a fashion sketch, so she can tilt however I want her to. And this is this look. Let's get even wider with that teardrop shape. So we've got a circle, a line, a kite shape, and a teardrop shape. And what? I don't know that this was what I intended, but you can get away with mostly anything in a fashion-y sketch. She's just a mannequin. That was not the prettiest sketch, but I think it's super fun nonetheless. I think I would have changed up a few things looking back, but it's okay. I just want to go over these sketchy lines a little bit. I'm just happy I like incorporated a little something extra, and I think that she's just gonna look super cute and super chic alongside the red and blue on the other side. And then we're gonna do a little heart. And I didn't mean to make that look like a star, so I'm gonna exaggerate those eyelashes a little bit. Okay, that's fine. And then and again, not trying to be super anatomically correct, obviously. We are just trying to get the vibe that I am clearly in a virtual voyage era. So that's super fun. And then she has no arms. That's just exciting too. And then I think I thought about putting that there at the bottom because I liked my magazine element. Because any other pieces would just be massive. So let's keep this handy. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my kind of spaced out lettering. Where I do M-E-A-S-R. So this is where I just like make sure that I separate each letter into its own block, and it just gives it a nice like font change. So I'm going to get a fitness sticker, I think. What did I do? It said fitness stickers. They're not in this packaging. I will, okay, they definitely have to be in here. Okay, let's see what we got. I don't think there are measurement stickers in here, truthfully. And I could totally understand where that would not be helpful. I just want to check. Okay. I'm gonna put that there, and then I do want like a weight sticker, but I don't want it to be black. I also know I have them, so I'm being very difficult. I don't want it to be like one of the gradient ones. Maybe I like the green. Okay, so we're gonna do a green somewhere in here after everything. Okay, that was super entertaining. So I'm gonna do normal handwriting here. My arms, or like my biceps, are at 11 inches. My bust is at 35. My waist is at 30, which I feel like is kind of weird because I feel like if you suck in, it's definitely different, and I didn't do that. Like I just like deep breathed out. And just to give a little bit of perspective, I'm about 4'10", 4'11". So, you know, take the measurements with a grain of salt, I guess. And then I like this green, and I did want some space, so I'm gonna put that here. That's fantastic. And I love this because now I have a line to write on for my weight, which was 22.1. Okay. Again, let's see if that, I don't like that cutting off her neck. I feel like I'm gonna be more prone to put it down here, and I do kind of like the going long ways because I feel like that mirrors this a little bit. And that could go there as well to kind of give it a little bit of distinction. Okay, I think that's where he lives, so we're gonna put that there. Part of me kind of wants to like incorporate like a floral. Like go with everything, but I also just don't want to overthink this that much. Maybe I'll put like a I liked that butterfly kind of. Maybe not. Okay. Again, I do kind of want like a collage vibe. So, okay, we're gonna put that there. Okay, and then I'm going to change the date. So I did do my measurements after my workout, but after I filmed that clip. I'm gonna put a little asterisk and put knee pain. Last 10 minutes. Because that was definitely when it was present. And switching back over here. Like I said, this is not my normal style, but I've really been enjoying it as something different. And then I really like that type of font again, so I'm gonna do rest day here, and I haven't like done an arrow on this side quite yet, so we'll do that and then switch it over to the 18th. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday tends to be a rest day. Do that little guy, and then we're gonna kind of use, we've got like just a little bit of space here, so I don't want to get too crazy, but I do like that. I like the symmetry of that, so let's do another run. Maybe I do where did it go? I don't want to use this one. I'm gonna hang on to that because I don't think I have room for a sticker and that, so I'm just gonna have to do 30-minute interval run. And it's the same setup as I did on Wednesday. Normally I wouldn't write it in, but because that's a little bit different. So normally I would do run for pretty much as long as I can to kick off or something like that. And then I go to like 30-second walks and then probably about a minute run from that point on. But like that first sprint, I really try to go as far as I can go and like set myself up for a good thing. I'm gonna have to enter in my distance, calories, and pace after this video. So there is that. And then on the 19th, I'm very nervous. That was gonna smudge, and it did a little, but it's okay. And then I'm gonna do, I think all of this is gonna actually fit. It has been a very hot week, so I think we're gonna do the fan because I was like obsessive about this fan, but I really want to like even this out. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do it down here because I think I'm gonna do a different sticker or two down here. So I was hoping to get some workout stuff in on this day as well, but I didn't, so I'm gonna put the ... because I was kind of just like meh about it. I ended up getting up, of course I got up, but I was really discouraged because I really wanted to work out before going over to Jeff's for the cookout, but I realized I had to go to the grocery store to get more brown sugar for what I was making. So my contributions were sourdough banana nut muffins, sourdough brookies, and then I was gonna make corn muffins there, and then also make like roast beef and Swiss very elevated sandwiches, like with apricot jam and walnuts, and they were gonna be super delicious and fancy. I did make them though, to be clear. I'm gonna put my run sticker here. And I like that they're both black and kind of even everything out. And then I'll write in those details while I continue explaining. So yeah, I did have to go to the grocery store earlier than I planned. Ooh, about had an avalanche. There are many craft lanches hanging out around me from filming and just virtual voyagey stuff. I'm gonna move this down just one because I don't want it that close. So because I had to go to an extra grocery store, I was not able to get a little workout in, and I really didn't want anything major. And you know what I forgot to put in is that I stretched here. So I thought everything was gonna fit on one page. So that's okay. We're gonna flip to the next page and I'm gonna put in a little note, and I think I have just the sticker for it, so that's okay. So yeah, no extra workouts, but I'm very proud to be back on my running at bare minimum. So I'm gonna not beat myself up too much. So we have distance, calories, and pace. And again, I will have to enter those in, and they really don't matter that much. But I do want to dive into a little section that I quite often don't get to play in. self-care. And she is the whole thing. And that arrow went towards the writing like that, so maybe I do this. Wow, bliss. That is not right. It's like, what? We can spell. It is this, the Triple Oxygen Instant Energizing Mask from Bliss. In case you were wondering what in the heck I was drawing, and I just used some stickers from the 2022 Advent. I'm really bad about using my self-care stickers. I hoped that by purchasing them, I'd use them, but here we are with that. So because this will also like transfer pretty bad, I do want to keep that there. And then I want to do which way is this supposed to go? I want to do it here or down here. I really like this one, comparatively speaking, and I like kind of putting it where it doesn't affect too much. So let's stick it I like the idea of like writing around it. Again, super sorry about any sounds that are outside. Okay, he's gonna live there and I'm gonna stop overthinking this. And I do like this little all happiness comes from hardship. So we're gonna give him a home. Right there. Okay. And right in. Oh, I love that. That it fits so perfectly. I'm not gonna draw a line. I'm not gonna mess this up. I really, really like it. And then I am going to put a little sticker. There's some gold stickers in here, but they look like little word bubbles. Oh, or I have these. Okay. I swear there's a different, there they are. Okay, I was like, I'm not that crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but I really want to use as many red things as I can think of, because there's like pops of red in this washi, and I am also really not a super big fan of the red. I think I don't know if it's daily, like a daily goal. Felt like all that would fit really nicely in that bar, so I'm glad my instinct willed out. So the goal is 3 sets of 15 daily of the exercises that I'm going to write in here, but I don't have them. It's not that many. It's really not that many, so it's going to be okay to write them in. And I only did them that one day, and again, I'm trying to do them every day. So I think that sets up that. Other than me writing in a few details and the exercises, I'm gonna call this spread done from an editing perspective. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just write in all the details, and then I'll show you what it looks like done, just so that the completist in me can enjoy a fully complete video. Hold on one sec. Okay, I zoomed you in a little bit extra. So we've got our weekly tracker, we've got the goals that I actually accomplished, which I think are lovely. I love the way that this spread turned out, and that I do have elements that carry over, like the red, the blue, the rest and run dots. I love the like strips down the side. I think that's super fun that I've got some like colorful elements. I really like how this turned out. Another thing that I really enjoyed from this spread was being able to kind of see the progress still, because that's kind of the main reason I want to track it. So I was actually really shocked to learn that my pace was better the other 2 days. Like, so my pace is improving a little bit, even though I was still having the knee pain. So that was rather interesting. And then this was how this page turned out as well, with the knee stretches here. So I've got them sectioned into 2 sections, because the first one is more geared around my knee, and then the bottom section is more of like opening up your hips and making sure that you're stretching there as well, which is where I've had pain and issues before. So I really want to include those. So what I'm gonna do from here is continue to date stamp under each thing, and then I'm gonna put a tracker down here so that it doesn't interfere with the getting smaller, but I can still keep going And I like that there's just kind of notes. It definitely gives me that bullet journal vibe. And I really like that. And I really don't even mind the like unused space right here. I really like that my eye has somewhere to rest right there. So again, yay for me for branching out a little bit and trying a different kind of spread. So I really quite like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. Enjoyed something a little bit different. You know, I think we're all in that mid-year planner slump where we're desperate for new ideas. We're getting impatient waiting on planner releases that are coming up in about a month. We'll start to see more of that content come out probably over the next month as we approach Labor Day weekend, because as you guys know, Labor Day weekend tends to be the big Hobonichi release. So that's super fun and something to look forward to. But I do hope you guys gained a little bit of fun knowledge from this, or maybe some cool ideas. And until next time, enjoy creating your own little wonderlands. Bye, everyone.